It's a glorious day here in early September, and I've come out to dig some of the potatoes that we planted back in May. Back in May, the soil looked rich and bountiful, if only the summer's weather had matched. Actually, potatoes are one of the few crops where we achieved any kind of yield. And as I dig this row of fingerlings right now, I'm actually pleased with the amount that I've gotten. It should be twice this much, but at least I've got something. The end of July and August have been busy times here on the Smallholding, but the weather has been variable, and the crops and gardens have come out disappointing. Nevertheless, I was able to accomplish a great deal. The last week of July found me giving a workshop for a group of sustainable agriculture students. After demonstrating some farm-style cookery techniques, we set about the challenge for the day: moving the pigs. There isn't anything difficult about the task, nor does it require 30 people usually, but I thought it would be a good hands-on opportunity for the students. The pigs didn't disappoint. They took matters into their own hands, and with such a large audience, decided to put on a show, each heading off in a different direction. With Rowan's and the students' help, though, all were soon rounded up.
Hey, Rory, come here. Girl. It could be pretty exciting. Oh, yeah. Rory? No.
Before a lunch, which I created from almost 100% produce from the farm, we finished with a session on animal husbandry, pig keeping in particular, and why it's important to know where your food comes from and how it is raised.
Chosen friend, and I think he will be ours to eat and enjoy, because I will massage him and pamper him and get those hams nice and big. I think he's going to be great.
The first weekend in August was hot and sunny and proved to be the perfect time to harvest the barley, which was more than ready. I grabbed my Austrian scythe and set to work. The key to making the task easy is to hone the scythe every 5 or so minutes, using a traditional stone, sharpening the cutting side of the blade first, and then removing the metallic burr this operation creates from the back of the blade second. Having a sharp tool really makes the job easy and fast. Within 10 minutes, I had dropped the entire crop and was on to the next thing. The same day I cut John Barleycorn off at the knees was the day I learned of my mother's death, and a few days later, I was across the other side of the country for her funeral. While I was in Connecticut, I cooked burgers and dogs for my brother's Customer Appreciation Day and Porsche 914 rally. I handed my camera over to my college friend Heidi, another 914 enthusiast, while I kept the crowd supplied with food at the back of the fabrication shop.
Oh, well, I have to admit.
I'm driving around Connecticut to come up with the ingredients for a local dinner for some of the listeners to the show. I'm in the area of Colchester, Connecticut, headed towards Cato Corner Farms, where I'm going to source some locally made farmstead cheeses.
It wasn't all work while I was in Connecticut, though. On a whistle-stop tour of farms surrounding my hometown, I was able to source some fantastic raw milk farmhouse cheeses. I then hooked up with forum member S. Jones 71 and went with him to his weekly CSA pickup at Woodbridge Farm. The produce in Connecticut was much further along than anything back home on Podchef Island. My tomatoes aren't even considering to be ripe yet in September. While we were at Woodbridge, we got a tour of the farm, getting to see their herd of Devonshire cattle, heritage breed turkeys, and registered London Black and Tamworth pigs. I like the London Black.
Yeah, they're nice.
Based on a tip at the CSA, we drove a short distance to find some of the best lamb I've ever had. We also stopped off at several roadside produce stands for ingredients for our local dinner. Our second to last stop was at Priam Vineyards to taste and buy what were some amazing New England wines. Finally, we got some surprisingly fresh and local fish. It was in the fish shop that the menu for dinner was finalized. Back at Steve's house, over some bellinis made with ripe, fragrant local peaches, I began making a fish chowder and set to preparing the other ingredients for the rest of the dinner.
I'm just going to cut this into some generous chunks so it doesn't fall apart too much in the chowder.
Oh, my dad would be dying. He loves fish chowder.
Lacking a rich fish stock for the chowder, I built up the base by carefully layering flavors in the kettle. After things had simmered for a while, it was time to add the haddock, scallops, and finally, the reserved cooked clams.
So chunky with fish.
That is going to be awesome.
Psychologist out of some Midwestern university, who's basically.
While the Barbie grill preheated outside, I marinated the lamb with olive oil, lemon juice, herbs, and spices. We began the dinner with some wonderful homemade hearth bread to accompany the fish chowder. While the lamb cooked outside, we tucked into a salad of beets and tomatoes from our host's garden. It was after dark when the lamb came off the grill, done to a turn. We ate it with a zippy salt, oregano, and olive oil Sal Morgalio sauce, and a cooling sheep's yogurt tzatziki.
Oh my God. Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
We rounded out the meal with the delicious cheeses I had sourced in the morning and more of the Priam Vineyard red wine. The memorable evening came to a close with good conversation and great company.
But you know, dogs were cheap. I never would have guessed. It's so weird. Another scary one was my mom in a pinup pose in a very scanty bathing suit.
Sweetie, awesome. That's
It's
awesome.
just creepy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You gotta find that photo.
Julie's a therapist.
A long time I didn't know why my parents had these photos of these people that weren't related to us on their nightstand.
Who are those?
Why, you know,
Who are those
a
people?
woman, and why is uncle, you know, why is your younger brother standing next? Why do you have hair?
That's great.
Back in Washington, I arrived home the following day, just in time for the county fair. On the busy first day, 3 of my daughters showed their sheeps in different classes. While at the fair, my eldest daughter also ran our English Shepherd Bailey through an agility demonstration, which we helped organize.
Yeah.
My contribution to the fair this year was a cooking demonstration in the agriculture tent, promoting local farms and farmers. Before the crowds arrived to see what I was cooking, I cracked on with some preparation. It's always a unique and different experience cooking in limited circumstances, in a tent, in the middle of a busy fairground.
Now the first thing you do when you assess lamb, and especially any meats you buy that are vacuum packed. Now unfortunately I just got this today. I didn't have a chance to do anything with it. Don't mind Dana, she's going to be filming me all different angles. The first thing you do with vacuum packed meat is unpack it. And if you can, leave it on a tray, on a rack, in the refrigerator overnight to drain away all those nasty juices.
This summer seems to be the season of the lamb, and I demonstrated what else? The grilled leg of lamb I had just prepared in Connecticut days earlier. Oregano and salt are chopped together with some garlic and a hot pepper.
Just whap it and peels right off. You can blitz this, slice a couple of lemons. It's okay.
Do you use fresh cayenne pepper?
Yeah.
Olive oil and lemon juice are drizzled over the meat, and the herbs are rubbed into both sides and let sit for a while.
Don't be too fussy about it, but do rub it in. The more contact, the better. And get it over one side, and then flip it over. That helps keep the meat in contact with the flavors. And
I then whipped up some tzatziki. Not having anything comparable to the fantastic rich sheep's milk yogurt from Connecticut, this version was still good. A cucumber is de-seeded and chopped, along with mint and garlic, and then added to the yogurt and left to infuse. If only I had packed a bowl.
like that, and gets these marks and is caramelized. It's the same as, you know, making creme caramel or caramelizing sugar. That's the sugars in the meat active.
Grilling leg of lamb like this caters to all tastes, with the thicker parts yielding rarer meat, and the thinner bits cooking more and getting more caramelized and crusty.
More rares.
Yeah, I got more rare coming.
With my youngest daughter checking up on things and waiting to be first in line, the volunteers and I set about serving the almost 40 visitors who came to the booth.
Six fabulous meal.
The cooking demo was a hit, but I was exhausted. I was lucky to catch a ride back to Podchef Island in a small boat, saving me the busy hour-long ferry ride home. Chores awaited, and there were still 4 more days of the fair left to go. I wasn't on the Smallholding much in August, but it was never far from my mind.